Okay, here we go. Follow along on the slides of the activities. Sorry, hi, I'm Niwayim down in the corner. Live Niwayim's in front of you. You'll hear him refer to the video sometimes as Digi. And so usually the class starts off with a vlog, kind of reviewing classroom procedures, reviewing what the lesson is for the day, and then touching onto the bell ringer for the day. And so that's where we start out. I usually start out down here. It'll be playing on the screen. On the way in, Live Niwayim was probably pointing out which table is which as the seating charts were posted on the board. Should hopefully have found your seat. I'm imagining he's now taking attendance based on that seating chart, kind of getting things started that way. So, what we politely ask you for our procedures in here, follow along on the slides of daily activities. You can find the slides. You can find the slides right here on the Bitly. It's also posted on the agenda board, and the slides are posted directly to your Schoology page for this class. Here's how a Bitly works. In your address bar, not the search box on Google, but the address bar at the top of the page, you type in bit.ly / whatever comes after the slash. So bit.ly, bit.ly. In this case, it's /3J3ZAFT. Those capitals do matter. So it's going to be 3J3ZAFT, 3 Juliet, 3 Zulu Alpha Foxtrot Tango, all capital letters. That'll get you onto these slides where you hear me talking and you see on the screen already. You check in your emails or Schoology. That's going to help you know what's going on in class. Grades come back via email because most of my graded stuff comes out on Google Forms. We'll touch more on that over the next 2 days. And then Schoology, of course, is where all the assignments and materials are posted. Support your team, sit with your team, work hard and be nice. The classroom rules of Mr. Iglesias from the TV show of the same name. I wanted to just have that, but I was told that I had to actually have a little more specific details. And then respect materials. That has been a struggle in this classroom. I don't know about other classes, but for sure in here, I'm having materials that go missing, whether it's from the kits that we use to do Fuse challenges, whether it's pens and pencils off of my desk or other materials even off my desk. I've had I used to have some hands to remind people to raise their hands. Those are gone. Like just weird non-respect for materials this year, and so that's why it's one of our classroom expectations in here. That being said, we do want to teach peace. I don't want to beat a dead horse on this. We keep our phones away. That's a school-wide policy. If you do run into a struggle, if you've not seen Rosie's rules, that's the rule that I use on that. Go ahead and take a step back. Flop, breathe in, breathe out, wiggle it about. Now you're ready to figure this out. Unit 12 is titled Intro, Vocab and Spaghetti. It's 2 units, Unit 1 and Unit 2, so that's why I call it Unit 12. Let's go ahead and get started. The table of contents for this particular unit. The rubrics, the photo credit, the standards, the seating charts. I'm going to touch on all that in a minute. If you do happen to see any orange slides, those are under construction. Today's lesson is Meet Your Teacher and Class. Tomorrow is going to be our intro to I Hate Keyboarding. Every Wednesday we do I Hate Keyboarding, and I'll explain more about that when we get to it tomorrow. On Thursday, we'll look at the grading and the vocab for this particular class. Start into some word work on Friday, and then there's going to be no school for spring break going for next week. You'll have another word circles day coming up next week. Then we'll get into spaghetti structures part 1. Of course, keyboarding on Wednesday, spaghetti structures part 2, and then our summative coming up on that Friday before we go ahead and roll into Fuse Studio formally on April 8th. Any missing or late work from this unit will be due by April 10th. After that point, it goes into the gradebook as a 4 I did not try. And you have to try to make it up in the next unit because I grade on standards. I'll discuss more about that when we look at grading and vocab on the 21st. For today, if you're already confused, here's just the general layout for the classroom. The first few slides in the slide deck are always going to be your agenda, your table of contents for the unit, the rubrics, how you're graded. My photo credits, my photos are always from Yahoo Image Search. That is not a credit that counts outside of teachers, and really, I'm not sure why they count it for teachers, but I'm going to go ahead and use it until they tell me I can't. And the standards, I like to put it in the state language and student-friendly language so you can actually understand what's going on. You can see that that's coming up in the next several slides as well. Posted on Schoology is a calendar for the entire quarter. You know roughly when things are going on with the exception of the specific dates of pop quizzes. It tells you on the Saturday of a week there's a pop quiz this week, and it usually tells you that on the agenda board as well if there's a pop quiz during a given week. I don't tell you what specific day. The agenda board, speaking of which, is right here behind me, as well as legitimately on the board. I changed it up a little bit from how it looks here, but I kept roughly the color scheme. 6th grade is in red. 7th and 8th grade are in blue, which is opposite of what you see on your screen. I just changed it at some point, no big deal. And so you can see it tells you what the date is. It tells you what the current unit is in terms of where the slides are. And then the objectives, essential questions, language goals, agenda, bell ringer, exit ticket, All of that is listed with what slide that it's on, as well as oftentimes some notes of what we're specifically doing that day. Sorry, I know I talk fast. Just want to make sure we get through this stuff. The rubrics we'll look more at when we talk about grading. Photo credits I already referenced. Standards, I already told you something about that. We'll touch some more on that. The seating chart was on the screen when you came in. So today it's meet your teacher and the class. I can know who will teach me this quarter. I can understand what we will do to learn in Fuse. Who is this guy? What is Fuse? I can speak my thoughts on various topics, and I can listen to others' thoughts on various topics. What are we serving up today in Fuse? I always like to start with our serve up. I'm the high school varsity tennis coach, so that's why I have a little serving Bitmoji. Touch more on that in a moment. But I like to do a bell ringer rather than a do now. I think that it makes more sense. I think that it offers more creativity. So for today, it's a Taco Bell ringer. What's your favorite thing to get at Taco Bell? Don't say nothing, even if it's not your favorite place. Full disclosure, I'm not really a big fast food guy. But if I'm going to go there, I like to get the Cantina Burrito. And you're going to meet the course, and we'll have an exit ticket for it today. That is what I've got for you from Digi. I'm going to turn it back over to Live NUM to discuss your favorite things from Taco Bell. Have a really great day. Be nice, everybody. Love you. Happy Tuesday.